All right, folks. Wow. I'm mentally exhausted. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Wow. You got to be kidding me. That was something. Mm-mm-mm. That was something.
Well, you just never know when another beast might come down out of the forest. You understand, don't you, Thumb Lou? This is what we call the deadly game. I'm in it for keeps.
Wow. Holy shnikes. Wow. Woo. Let's do something else here.
Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right. You deserve better than this.
What a brutal game. Folks, we beat that team down, and they almost came back and tied us. I've never seen so many late hit, 15-yard hands to the face penalties in my life. Every time we had them, 15-yard penalty, 15-yard penalty. Oh, he touched him. He grazed him, 15-yard penalty. And that number 95, I don't know how many times he hurt his leg, but he managed to somehow keep coming back in the game. Isn't that magical? Jeez. Ugh. Oh, man. We did dominate, but they darn near did something crazy on us at the end. That game was stressful, very stressful, because we were winning so easily, but everything that could happen to kind of keep them in the game. And then we had some real luck in the first half. They kept fumbling to us after we turned the ball over, they'd turn it back. So we caught a bunch of breaks on that. But then the second half, it was all about the personal fouls because we were, dang. We couldn't run the ball like we normally did. We ran the ball some. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but we ran it way better than they did. I can tell you that, way better. It wasn't even close. But we didn't run the ball like we have been. Yeah, well, we're missing Lance Hurd. And then at times we were without our right tackle, John Campbell. I mean, it was, jeez. I'm worried about our tackle situation. I don't mind telling you. Yeah, a win is a win. You're 100% right about it, especially in the SEC. Yeah, especially in the SEC. Jeez. I feel like I played the game. I swear, I'm literally sweating. That game. And it came through again, folks. We won a College World Series with this right here. And we just won a big SEC game with it. It's been fantastic. It's only let me down one time out of at least 10 times. So it's been 90%. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I was running back and forth in the living room, screaming. And every time I said, oh, it'll be a personal foul. We'll stop them. The game will be over, but they'll give them a personal foul, 15 yards, first down. And they did. They did it again and again and again. Oh, jeez. And every time we'd get a first down and start running and we were going to go fast, number 95 would magically fall down. He was perfectly fine. And then he would look to the sidelines and he'd fall down and, oh, my leg. Oh, my leg. And then suddenly he'd be back in the next play. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm not happy with some of that crap that happened. Not at all. Road win. Yeah, you're right about that. That's a great road win, folks. Wow. Shoo. I'm exhausted. All right. Let's see. Chill, Mont. All right. And we'll soon get Chillmon in here. We'll get Chilly Willy. I know he's going to go crazy over the refs. I know how he is. That was brutal. Y'all have got to be just all right. Send on its way. On its way, Chilly Willy. Let's see. Yeah, well, all we needed to do was run down the clock and get a first down or two, but then they'd call a penalty on us. We'd have some crazy touching penalty or a hold or face mask or whatever, because we were, getting ready to end we ended the game there 3 separate times. But we couldn't end it. We just kept ending it, but we couldn't end it. Let me put something in. Let me see. Yeah, this is what we did.
So you want to fight, huh? Just step inside this circle. Just once. Boy, lucky for you I got my good pants on. Why don't you go home and change Opie away, won't you, Opie?
Oh, man. Woo. That was a knockdown, drag-out fight's what that was. Man. Chilmont, let's see. You look like you're ready. Would you like that, Chili Willie?
John, I was 60 years old when this game started. I'm 84 now.
I knew you were going nuts. Dude, I'm sweating.
Those refs.
Did you enjoy the personal fouls? How about the last one where he grazed his face mask?
Oh, yeah.
That crap.
Here's a personal foul by Tennessee. I just did a personal foul. Did you see that, John? Here's another one. Here's another one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was worried they were going to call him last call because they tackled him. I don't think you're allowed to tackle a quarterback.
Yeah, they got him for excessive tackling. I mean, we got a great road win, thank the Lord, and we played great. The defense is legit, apparently. That's a major question that was answered. Our defensive line is sick. How many yards rushing did they?
I'm going to show you. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate the super chats from folks.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the numbers. Let's see. Let me get this in here. We killed them on the run. All right, here we go. Box score. They had 36 yards running, Wilmot, 36 yards rushing. We had 151 yards rushing. So 5-1 on as far as running the ball. They threw the ball for 186. We threw it for 194. So almost double the yardage. Brew McCoy had a great game.
He was great.
Had a great game. They brought in that quarterback at the end, and he kind of tried to make a game out of it.
Yeah, apparently he's a freshman speedster, and he definitely has some speed. But man, our defensive line is ridiculous, and unfortunately now we and I think this is maybe why Heupel went totally conservative with his play calling. With still 12 minutes to go in the game. I mean, we were like 3 runs up the middle and punt. And I think it was because we lost. We had a third string lineman out there who wasn't very good, and especially on the left side there, and they were getting to Nico. And although I still think we should have thrown the ball a lot more, and we should have thrown to that good tight end more. And got couple more first downs in there, and it wouldn't have been close.
Well, but here's the thing. He's not used to having a great defense, and now he's got one. So he went more conservative because of that. Because when he didn't go for it on 4th and 2 on their 42, I almost fell over. That
I did
never
too.
happens.
Yeah, 2 years ago, they wouldn't have thought twice about that. They'd have run a play, and they'd have run a play in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, they would have been at the line of scrimmage snapping the ball. And when he did that, I went, "Oh, wait a minute! He's not going to go. Well, never go full former, but
he's got confidence in that defense, is what it is.
He does. He does. He's it's like okay, I'll go conservative on the offense and let the defense win it for us, and that's fine. But we gave up 15 points we shouldn't have there at the end.
You want to pop on? I'll send you an invite in case you want to.
Yeah,
that was unreal.
BBD.
Yeah, that's just jeez. Oh yeah,
but I was having Phil Fulmer flashbacks. I was having Johnny Majors flashbacks playing.
So stressed.
Did you remember when he always tried to go for the tie? Do you remember that? back in the day when the tie was a thing?
Yeah, it was.
That used to
Yeah,
drive me
Brew was
nuts.
great. I thought Brew played a great game. How about that one catch where he caught half the football and in midair pulled it to himself and then swaddled it. That was a huge play, by the way, because that gave us 3 more points, which was monster.
He's so clutch. He is so clutch. He's been clutch since he's been here.
Yeah, that was something.
He was clutch against the Alabama win we had. He made that unbelievable catch right toward the end of the game that we were able to kick the field goal.
I feel like we won that game easily, but we didn't.
Yeah.
That's all I know to say. It felt like we won it easily, but we didn't. It was very stressful.
We should have won that game by 3 scores easy. And it was a little bit ugly there because, like I said, we had some injuries, but still I think it was way too conservative too early. Now, if you want to be conservative when you're up by 2 or 3 touchdowns when there's 3 minutes left, okay. But there was still almost a full quarter left. And he started just straight up the middle, hand it off, 4th down. And every time we threw the ball, we got a 1st down, just about. Now that ending play with that was a called run with Nico. That was great. Made that 1st down at the end.
Well, we didn't. He didn't make it.
Oh, well, I thought he made the 1st down, didn't he?
No, nope. That's why he had to kick the field goal.
Oh, okay. I was driving home. I must have missed it.
Let's talk about the slipping. Let's see. Van Default says, great win, Vols. And Lance Hurd, now, I guess they thought we've got an off week coming up, and that'll give him an extra 2 weeks, and they didn't want to risk it because it wasn't 100%. So,
yeah. Hurd was out. He was not no-go before the game even started. But
I know.
Then we lost that other left tackle.
For a while. Yeah, he came back.
Yeah, then we had a 3rd-string tackle in there, and he was doing well.
No, they started really putting pressure on us when we had to flip our tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boo Carter, man, he was.
Oh, he was a stud.
Boo will knock your head off.
I'll tell you who else was.
He will flat whoop you, man.
Peely is our best linebacker. That kid is a stud.
That Arian Carter's pretty good too.
Well, Arian Carter's great too, but I love Peely.
Great place, but we missed Peely last year big time. We really
big time.
And you saw that.
He was a huge loss last year on our defense. When he went down, it hurt our defense big time.
He's a cover linebacker, which are invaluable.
Yeah, which are almost impossible to find that are that athletic. But he's like 6'3", and I mean he can match up with their receivers, and he's just a stud. But so is Carter too.
How about that Moo guy, Moy? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you are. I got Big Ball Daddy in here. Let's get him in here.
Yo, hey, Big Ball Daddy.
How you guys doing, man? Are you feeling okay now?
Yeah, I only got half your face.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
That's about how I feel.
There you go. Adjust your
There you
camera.
go.
How I feel right now.
So how many heart attacks did you have?
Dude, let me tell y'all something. Be honest with me, guys. And I want the chat to be honest with me too. How many people were thinking, oh God, here's a backup quarterback, played like crap, going to come in and save the day?
Yeah, I thought that too. Because he had some serious speed. He had some serious speed.
Every time the game was over, personal foul.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Every time the game was over, if you touch that guy, personal foul.
Illegal touching. What is that even?
It was almost like they wanted the game to keep going or something. I felt like ABC or ESPN called him up and said, don't let this game end.
Look here. Here's Tennessee committing a personal foul.
Yeah, that's it.
There. Personal foul right there. Bambi committed a personal foul on me.
We were guilty of a lot of those. But let me tell you something, guys, and I know you guys saw it because I saw it in my comments all night long, and it was so blatantly obvious. Last week, when Oklahoma played, that field was brown. How does that field all of a sudden become lush green? And
it was
people
soaking wet. It was soaking wet to slow us down, and we slipped everywhere. I said that the entire game. I said they have doused that field with water
I
to slow us
guarantee.
down because we're the fast team. You make it wet, you get it slick. There you go.
Do you remember in the movie Bull Durham when they went to the field and turned on the sprinklers
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were running and sliding on the bases and stuff? That
Yeah.
was it. They totally tanked that field and turned on the sprinklers for probably like 28 hours.
We slipped and fell like 6 times, and a couple of times it was huge. It hurt us bad.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Boo Carter's the play where they got that 50-yard play that was just the middle slant. Boo Carter slipped and fell. That's how they got the 50 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
how Squirrel White, when he slipped and fell,
how many times did he
he
slip?
wound up on the 5-yard line after a safety.
They cost us a first down right there at the end when Nico slipped.
Because he slipped. Oh, by the way, one other thing I'm sure y'all noticed. How many times did that guy go down with his leg, number 95?
Oh,
He looked to the sidelines, and suddenly he was down. I was like, "Where's Lane Kiffin? Where is Lane?"
That was it. I said Kiffin timeout 100 times.
Well,
every time we got 2 good plays in a row, Kiffin timeout. 2 good plays, Kiffin timeout to screw up our momentum and keep us from going fast.
Yeah,
no good cheating.
I don't know if they should fire their groundskeeper or give him a raise.
Raise, obviously, because it
Oh,
kept
dude. He was doing exactly what he was instructed to do.
Yeah.
It cost them a player.
Well, I don't know if the turf
cost
did,
us one, too.
if you saw that, the way that guy blocked him, it was like his knee collapsed. It was bad. That was a bad injury.
That was terrible.
I hated that for the kid. I really did.
I did too. I said the prayers for that kid.
Oh,
I don't want to. I hate seeing that.
He knew he was. That was bad. It was like every ligament probably got torn in that one. It wasn't as bad as Brew, but it was bad.
Yeah, that was like a Joe Theismann moment there. That was terrible.
Yeah.
And prayers for that kid. I hope he's okay. But that was ugly. That was ugly.
You guys assess Nico's play tonight, one at a time, if you would.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought he handled the pressure well. They're a good defense. That dadgum defensive line was crushing our offensive line multiple times. They've got good linebackers. That's a Brent Venables defense, and they play like it.
I agree. They were a better defense than I thought they would be. They were very good. Although, again, losing guys on the offensive line, but I think the play calling was just a little too conservative. And I get it. We had 2 strip fumbles, and that makes you a little shell shocked, but or a little skittish. But we didn't throw the ball near enough, I don't think, because that was where we gained the most yards, and that's where we gained most of our first downs. Seemed like. I mean, we ran the ball okay, but we were 3 and out a lot, and it was 3 up the middle and out. How many times did that happen? And how many times did we punt? And by the way, where did they get Ray Guy for a punter, for crying out loud? That punter they had, he averaged 80 yards a punt or something like that. I mean, it was ridiculous. Yeah, we were always inside the 10.
Well, the one time we kept slipping too. Daggone Squirrel was having a tough time. He was out there on skates.
He was.
I think they wet that field down. The reason I think it is because they had the fake leg injuries with 95. If you're willing to do that, you're going to wet that field down.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, though. I mean,
go ahead.
I don't know if they wetted it or it just sucked. I mean, because that field was trash last week, and I was thinking, oh my God, we're going to go play on that crap. And then it looked great this week, and I'm like, okay, they took care of the field. We're going to have a good field. I told my buddy in our stream, I said, shit, excuse my language, we should be playing out in the parking lot. We had better footing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Here's the part that makes no sense. It's hot as can be out there, and you have unlimited water, and Bermuda grows like a weed. How could you possibly have a bad field when you've got 90-degree temperatures every single day? I've worked at a golf course for 7 years. the hotter it gets, the more Bermuda likes it. So I don't know what kind of grass that is. Maybe it's some sort of a bent that some sort of a weird hybrid thing. But that field was trash. As far as I'm concerned, it was dangerous.
Dude, winning the field goes back to Bear Bryant days. The coaches have been doing that crap forever. And like I said, I keep thinking of Bull Durham, and I mean, and I don't know how many times that happened. I've heard stories about it, from Tennessee, going somewhere and the team they're playing has the long cleats and we've got the regular short cleats and we're slipping all over the field and they're doing okay. And that's a little gamesmanship, I think, on Oklahoma.
Except
I really do.
Against Ohio State when we got accused of using the extra cleats. Remember that?
I thought we had the wrong cleats on the whole time.
Yeah, we did.
We need different cleats because they've obviously been practicing on that field and know what they need because they didn't slip near as much as we did. And they were big. There were big turnaround plays with that going on. We did get some real luck in that first half. That fumble on the 5 was monstrous by their quarterback. That was a huge fumble.
We had a couple of great turnovers that helped us a lot. What was the one, the backward pass? That was huge.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And it was close.
We had our breaks tonight too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we did. And we created a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look at here, let me pull up the
Can you pull up the penalties, John, then for each team? Is that up yet?
Yeah, I can pull that up for you. No worries.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Here you go. We had 10 for 82 yards. They had 3 for 32 yards. So we got the hell penalized out of us. They had 3 turnovers. We had 2.
You want to see my shock face, John?
Oh, I'm sure. You can go ahead and show it. And by the way, if you want to see something monstrous, right there, 35 minutes we had the ball. They had the ball for 24. I can tell you right now, we're not going to lose a game if we have the ball for 35 minutes. We will not lose a game in that circumstance.
No.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
This game should not have been close. I mean, we kicked too many field goals, and you guys know Josh Feifel hates field goals. You can just see it in his face. And we kicked too many field goals, and
I think we should have scored. I agree, BVD. I think we should have scored 35 points anyway. Easily. I think 40. But
I swear, I think that field cost us 10 points. I'm telling you guys, that field was
he probably did. Because we were backed up every time. Every time they kicked or they punted, we were backed up every single time. And we had to go 90 yards to score every time we got the ball.
Yeah, and Curb Street talking about, Tennessee, great field position again inside whatever it was he said.
Yeah,
Tennessee,
inside the 5-10.
I'm like, yeah, what about our freaking 5 times starting inside the 5?
Yeah, we had some issues. After that, the one where we had the safety about made me sick. We wound up inside on the 5-yard line. That never happens. That's the easiest kick to field in the world. And he went back and he lost his footing.
I started saying, how did he kick it 90 yards?
That was a heck of a kick. Well, it wasn't a punt. That was a kick.
Yeah.
We would have wound up. We kicked it to the 10 and then he fell back to the 5. So we'd have wound up on the 30, 35, something like that. I started saying when you the kick after a safety, you should have the ball near midfield. I think Josh has figured out he's got a defense. So he's playing to it a little bit, which he's never done because he's never had that luxury. No. So it was, I had a bunch of guys texting me and said, is Phil Fulmer calling this game? I mean, it's just, it's like, okay, if the offense makes the first down, great. If it doesn't, fine. We'll rely on the defense. And that's good against Oklahoma. That will not work against Georgia. That will not work against Alabama. I'm telling you, Arkansas looked good today.
I'm not worried about Arkansas.
We've got a hell of a schedule ahead of us, though, still.
Arkansas don't have the defense to hang with us, I don't think.
No, I think our defense.
That was man, they were killing us in the first quarter. I mean, we couldn't run the ball. save for the long touchdown pass. And
Yeah.
I think we had a 50-yarder that was called back on a penalty.
Yeah, that was a big play.
Man,
And-
the penalties about killed us.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I am. I'm freaking
know.
exhausted.
I know they about took it away from it.
I'm telling you, I was running back and forth in the living room, slamming against the walls. I was so upset. I was like, another penalty.
I know it.
You
Well, every
were,
time
because
it
you
was
thought
either-
we were guys out.
Ugh.
It was either a good play and a penalty, or two good plays and they would flop, and they'd do a kip and timeout, and that was killing me too. And
Timeout.
yeah, that's a kip and timeout, man.
Timeout.
Well, they actually showed it, and they showed a coach giving him the signal. He's just standing there, and you know what I was thinking of? The every which way but loose, the orangutan that he did.
When he just fell down.
Oh, yeah.
When he'd point at him and go bang, and he'd just go straight down. That was
Yep.
it. That was it. That's what I started thinking about. It was like it gave him the signal, and they went straight down. And it's like, I've been shot.
That's a great one. That's a great reference.
Yeah.
You need to use that one, Jay.
Did you live stream the game?
Yeah, I started at like 6:30.
Oh, gosh, you
goodness.
got to be exhausted from that.
Yeah.
I am. I'm going to stream every game. It's you and Talking Vols do post game shows. They do pregame shows. It's the only time I really have to get any traction and get back into this YouTube game.
You got that gives you what, 3.5 hours. You got to be exhausted from covering this thing, because I'm telling you, I was losing my mind.
If I had to spend a second extra on this game, I would have been exhausted, because these games, man, these kind of games just they wear you out.
They do. They do. You're living and dying every play, and oh my gosh, it's just
You young people, just wait till you get old. You just wait.
And we are old.
We're getting there.
No, I'm talking about you young people in the comments section.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a thousand people
Oh,
in
my
here.
gosh.
Half of them are young.
Yeah, I told John I was 60 years old when this game started. I'm 83 now.
I'm telling you, I'm just glad we got it won. And it was a 25-15. I lost track of the score. It was just so nuts. Jeez.
Were you guys counting there at the end? You were counting, okay, they need this and this.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
I just knew they were going to. I was thinking of David Palmer.
I wanted him to go for the 4th and 1, because it was like all the field goal is going to do, they're still within 2 scores.
Yeah.
So like if you get 1
That's not gonna
yard,
happen.
the game's
That's
over.
not gonna-
But the odds tell you to kick the field goal, because then all they can do is tie. We got to score 2 touchdowns and get 2 2-point conversions. And the odds of doing that against our defense are not good.
Yeah, especially the way the field was going that night. Getting a yard. You saw it with them. They had trouble getting a yard. I mean,
They couldn't get a foot. They couldn't get 2 inches.
Yeah.
It felt a lot like we were playing not to lose.
I'm going to tell you what it felt like. It felt like we were the Georgia Bulldogs or the Alabama Crimson Tide, the way we were playing, because we were playing to the defense. And I'm talking about Alabama back 5-6 years ago, and Georgia today. That's what it felt like. I was like, this is what Georgia and Alabama feel like when they play these big games, because first of all, they get everybody's best game. Secondly, they know they've got a great defense, so they get a little bit conservative, and then people kind of make a game out of it like Kentucky did, but they somehow always win.
Well, it's like we've got that great defense, great tight end with great hands, and we threw it to him like once, maybe twice the whole game. We could have made first downs a bunch of times with him.
He dropped it once, I think.
He did drop it once, but he made some good catches, and he made some great catches so far this year. But again, that's somebody in the slot when they've stacked the box, dump it off there. It's
not easy when they're putting pressure on him, because we had that backup tackle. And here's the thing: Nico made 3 or 4 of the most gorgeous passes. I mean, they were like NFL
Oh, yeah.
MVP level. I mean, he put it in a box.
Yeah.
And have you noticed how Dante Thornton is now catching the ball and he couldn't last year?
Oh,
Why
yeah,
is
it's hitting dead in stride.
When you're hitting him right here,
Yeah.
you're going to catch it.
And then stride. And the one, I think it was McCoy who made that catch and made three people miss and ran for another 25 yards or whatever it
Well,
was.
they called it back, wasn't it? Isn't that the one they called back?
Is that the one they called back? It was gorgeous. But the reason he was able to make all those moves on those defensive backs is because he caught it dead in stride, and he was going full speed after he caught it, and like he could just juke everybody, and it was beautiful. And I said, that's what we need to see all the time. He hit him perfectly in stride, right in the hands, and when our guys catch it like that, they'll make yards after the catch big time. And maybe take it to the house. They make somebody miss, it's to the house.
Yeah. Vandy almost beat Missouri, which would have been great for us.
I know it. I was hoping so bad they beat them.
They're a playoff contender.
Yeah.
They blew it. They blew it.
They did.
They did.
They missed a dadgum field goal at the end to send it to triple overtime.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're Vandy.
Darn it, Vandy, I'll tell you what, man. They're almost 4-0. They're this close to being 4-0.
They really are.
Imagine what SEC Shorts would have done with them at 4-0. It would have been hilarious.
It would have been.
I might have done a hybrid SEC Shorts over it.
Oh, you can check out Matt Mitchell, John. He's another really funny one. He does a lot of Southern stuff, but he's been doing some SEC stuff too. That's really funny.
Well, let me tell you where we are, folks. We're 4-0. And this is how I feel right now, and I know the Vols fans feel this way.
Well, you just never know when another beast might come down out of the forest. You understand, don't you, Thumbaloo? This is what we call the deadly game. I'm in it for keeps.
Oh, you gotta love Marty.
What you should have played, Jay, for tonight was the one where Gomer's running around. Citizens arrest!
Oh my God, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been perfect.
I did have this one. I did have this one earlier. Let me play it.
So you want to fight, huh? Just step inside this circle, just once.
I love this one. I love it.
Boy, lucky for you, I got my red pants on. Why don't you go home and change? Opie away, won't you, Opie? Besides.
You say that one for Alabama.
Yeah.
You gotta love that. I got a couple more I made for this that I'm going to play because it's fun. Let's play. Oh, yeah, this is the one right here.
Well, I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Oklahoma's going to hate me.
I'll
tell you what, their defense is for real. Nobody has stopped our offense except Georgia. And dadgum, Oklahoma stopped us.
Well, their defense was good. Their field was really good too.
Well, yeah, their field sucked. But I'll tell you what, that defensive line is for real.
Yeah.
Nobody's done that to us, but they Georgia us. They put the Georgia deal on.
Left of it anyway.
How did they stop our run with 5 in the box? How the heck? Only Georgia can do that.
Well, they did it sometimes with 3 in the box, John.
That made me so mad. I was like, run the ball. We'll run it through. And we couldn't do it.
And anyway, but they were good. Although we did find out we've got a good defense.
Mm. Oh, did y'all see Florida? Did you see where Florida won?
Yeah.
Well, here's how they're feeling there.
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
That's
so true.
I love making fun of the Gators. As you know.
They beat, though, Jay.
Say it again.
I said that's a terrible team they beat today.
Oh, no
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
That was almost – I almost don't want to give Mississippi State grief because they're in that – they got a new coach. They don't have – everybody left just like they always do. It's
Yeah, they're
hard for me to give them
basically
a ton of grief.
yeah. Mississippi State is NC State
Mm.
pretty much, and NC State got crushed by somebody.
God. How about North Carolina giving up 70 to James Madison?
I thought
Holy.
it was a damn basketball game.
Good
That's
Lord.
the damnedest thing I ever saw. It was literally like a basketball game. That was nuts.
Yeah,
It
that
turned
was.
out to be a crazy day.
It did.
Let me tell you, here's how I felt after that game because I was so just relieved. That's exact that, and also this.
Roadhouse.
Oh crap!
Roadhouse.
Ugh. All right, folks. We've been on.
If you
We've
don't
been on
start
for
using
36
more
minutes.
Roadhouse clips, I'm going to.
I'm so wrong. You gotta love Roadhouse.
Love the Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Anything with Roadhouse or Sam Elliott in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Double our investment in Omaha.
Omaha.
Omaha. Omaha. Omaha.
Or you could.
All right, folks. All right, we've been on for 36 minutes. That's enough. BVD, I know you're exhausted. Thank you for coming on, by the way.
Great to see you, BBD. And John, can I give a quick shout out real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
A guy named Craig I met in Hound Dogs the other day, and he's a big fan of your show. So thanks for watching, Craig.
I just
And
wanna
good to
make
see
sure I
you,
got all the-
BBD.
Yeah, I'll make sure I got all the super chats. I believe I did.
Hey, Chilmont.
I think I got. If I missed one of your super chats, I'm sorry. I think I got everybody. Anyway, oh, there's Coconut. Let me say hi to Coconut. He's an Ohio State fan, but he's been watching me regular.
Yeah.
And all the rest, everybody else on there. All right, folks, we're 4-0. We're 4-0. I got to give you one more.
Go take your blood pressure.
You got to have one more, Barney.
Well, you just never know when another beast might come down out of the forest. You understand, don't you, Thumbaloo? This is what we call the deadly game. I'm in it for keeps.
All right. Had to end it on that. All right, folks. Appreciate you showing up. We're 4-0. I'm pumped. And let's just on to the next. Oh, we got an off week too, and hopefully our back gets well.
Yeah.
Thank you, DVD. See you, Chilmont.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. You guys be good.
See y'all.